Hey guys, this is Pharaoh 2091, and welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. Last time we left off, we were pretty much saying that Melissa Foster was the one who killed Valerie Hawthorne, and because all these contradictions kept popping up, and it just seemed like she was lying, and that's not good. And then we found out a little bit more of a backstory of everything that happened. According to Terry, there was like a fake kidnapping, and Valerie was in on it, that she kind of betrayed him. That's all he wanted to talk to her about, like, why'd you lie, or why'd you betray him? So now we're going to go ahead and start the trial over once again. Now then, let's continue with the trial of Mr. Terry Falls. Witness, are you feeling better?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll try my best.
You're a brave young lady.
Not this again.
I can understand a defense lawyer wanting to get her client off the hook. However, to try to pin the crime on an innocent student is... What are you talking about? My witness is not the person on trial here. She's an innocent bystander who witnessed a violent crime. That's all. What possible reason would a girl like this have for murdering a policewoman? It's certainly hard to imagine this woman as a murderer.
Her motive, huh? I figured that's what I had to establish next.
Well, Miss Faye, do you have any evidence of a motive?
Yes, of course. I think.
Ha! You're still acting as tame as a kitten. Kitten?
Mr. Armando.
Listen, a lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Very true. Smiling on the outside while your guts are twisted in knots is the mark of a pro.
Maybe so, but I wish you would quit grinning at me like that. Excuse me. May I speak, Mr. Judge?
Of course! Mr. Judge is ready anytime you like.
I'd like to say something. Some people here are suspicious of me, right? That's why I at least wanted you, Mr. Judge, to know that it's not true.
I see. You're such an honest and upstanding young lady. It looks like this witness is a real professional.
What do you mean?
Look at that 100-watt smile. Just when things are darkest for her, click, she lights right up. Very well then, let's hear what the witness has to say.
Okay. Melissa Foster's history.
This should be good.
I was out in the country until the year before last. Until I entered college, I've never been to Eagle Mountain before. And I certainly don't have any reason for wanting to hurt a police officer. Holding a grudge and killing the officer who testified against you 5 years ago? Or kidnapping a poor girl? I just think the defendant is a terrible, horrible monster.
Oh God. Out of the country, eh? Precisely. Furthermore, she has no possible motive for committing murder. Indeed. You're up to bat, kitten. Sharpen up those claws and put on your best smile.
You bet! Somehow, I have to tie her to this case.
I'm sure we'll figure out somehow, but first we need more information here. She says she was out of the country. Doing what exactly?
So, what country were you living in then? We were all living abroad, but after my parents were killed...
It was a brutal civil war. She had to try to make her way back home alone.
I lost everything. I didn't even have any personal identification. What kind of sob story is this? What do I do? Should I press her for more details?
I think we should.
Witness, answer my question. I'll even repeat it for you. What country were you in?
Your Honor, this line of questioning is childish. What country she was in and how many languages she may speak are irrelevant here. What we're here to evaluate is whether this witness has any connection to this case.
I've lived abroad ever since I was a little girl. That's why I could never have known Mr. Falls or Detective Hawthorne.
Yes, I think we've established that point. Yes, indeed. Well then, shall we add what you just stated to the official testimony?
Yes, please, Mr. Judge. Now she says, naturally, I didn't know either the victim or the defendant.
Okay, whatever. So, She says she didn't know them. The reason I haven't heard a police officer. Holding a grudge? Hold on a minute here. A grudge? Well, the policewoman's testimony was crucial, wasn't it? Crucial in getting the defendant sentenced to death? Yes, and that's precisely why he harbored such deep anger against her. So much anger that he forgot his own guilt. My client has always maintained that he's innocent on those charges. He seems rather forgetful. Your client, I mean. Not only did he forget about what he did, but he forgot the poor policewoman as well. What do you mean by that? Your client, he forgot what the detective looked like, right? It's too bad for her that he didn't forget about her testimony as well. Well, she's right about that. Mr. Falls is kind of forgetful. No, let's press harder. You said he forgot what the detective looked like. What did you mean by that? Well, he couldn't tell who she was without some kind of identification, right? Quite right. That's why the victim was wearing a scarf as identification. Why, if I had been wearing a white scarf that day, then he probably would have tried to kill me.
That's true. He's clearly a bitter man.
This is bad. Mr. Falls' reputation just keeps getting worse and worse. Sometimes it's best not to poke too deep. What should I do with that last statement? You know what? I'm gonna have that added to testimony. Your Honor, what the witness said now just was tremendously important. I like to add it to the official testimony.
That prosecution has no objection. After all, the defendant is a killer and a mentally unbalanced one at that. That testimony only helps to further prove that point.
No, that's not why I...
Enough. Witness, if you would.
My pleasure, Mr. Judge. I guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf.
Yeah. Right.
Now, hold on a minute here. But this isn't entirely white. So, I don't think it mattered the color. I think there's a contradiction here. Witness, I want you to look at this photo you took. It's hard to see in the photo, but look at the scarf she wore as identification.
Ah, are you talking about the scarf right here, hey?
Yes, that's it. The scarf the policewoman was wearing. I've got her now. Just don't mess up. But that's strange. If your testimony, in your testimony you stated the following. I guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf.
White?
This is a scarf you identified as belonging to the victim. But it certainly doesn't look white to me. Oh!
Very true. Well, it was foggy that day, and it was raining as well. It's not surprising that she mistook it for white.
Sorry, but not this time. The witness just confirmed that this was the victim's scarf.
Yes, but what's the significance? It's true that the scarf doesn't look white, but...
There's only one explanation for this mix-up. The reason why the witness thought the scarf was white was because of, the note. The note specifically says that to wear a white scarf. How else would she have known that it has to be white? Witness, have you ever seen this note? Note? No, never.
It's top secret evidence. There's no reason that you would have.
I wonder about that. What do you mean? This note shows Mr. Fall's instructions to the victim regarding their meeting. It says, wear white scarf for identification.
White scarf?
Ah! Witness, you knew what this note said. There's no other possible reason for you to mistake the scarf's color. Well, Miss Foster? No!
Yeah, you're lying, you little... Order! 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 Mr. Edgeworth, I'm waiting for an explanation. I'm quite sure this note wasn't leaked to the public.
And yet, this witness knew exactly what the note said.
At that time of the murder, the number of people that knew were quite limited. Terry Falls is one. The person who wrote the note, Valerie Hawthorne, is another. And finally, one more person.
Did you say one more person? That's right. A person that no one who has suspected. Have you figured it out, kitten?
Yep. The third person that knew the contents of the note was...
Well, who could it be?
We only got a few people to go on here. We already got these two covered. I don't think... Well, these will know already. But beforehand... It could be her. Dahlia Hawthorne.
Yeah, deceased my ass.
And that person is Dahlia Hawthorne.
Dahlia Hawthorne? I've never even heard that name before.
Look at the victim's note. This is what it says. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time. There is her name, right there.
What's this? So who is this person? This Dahlia Hawthorne? Miss Faye must be desperate if she's trying to bring the dead back to life. The dead? Dahlia Hawthorne was the victim's deceased younger sister. She was killed in a crime 5 years ago. Killed in a crime? You don't mean... Yes, she was kidnapped and killed by Terry Falls.
You said she was killed? But was she really?
Were you implying?
Of course, people thought she had died 5 years ago, when she fell off a dusky bridge and was lost in the Eagle River. However, her corpse was never found.
She was declared legally dead 5 years ago.
As far as the law is concerned, Dahlia Hawthorne is officially dead. But the fact remains that her body was never recovered. Dahlia Hawthorne was 14 years old 5 years ago. If she were still alive, she would be 19 now. Basic math. Melissa Foster. I believe that's the same age you are. Ah!
Even you couldn't. Miss Faye, you're not saying...
But I am. That's precisely what I'm saying. This witness before us is the girl that was kidnapped and killed 5 years ago. This girl is in fact Miss Dahlia Hawthorne!
What? What? Ha! Nice work. That was like tossing a grenade into a 3-alarm fire. But unless you can tie all the loose ends together, you're nothing but a hit-and-run arsonist.
I understand. If I can expose her true nature, I can turn this whole case on its head. Now's my chance to make Mr. Edgeworth squirm.
Witness! Just who are you anyway?
I'm...
I didn't think it'd come to this. That's enough. You don't have to say any more, witness.
Yes, I understand.
What? Mr. Edgeworth, explain yourself! Your Honor, I have an admission to make. I honestly never thought the defense would pursue this matter this far. You don't mean... Yes, the prosecutor's office isn't filled with fools, you know. Naturally, we conduct full background checks on all our witnesses.
What did he say?
Ha! Looks like the kid knew. He knew her true identity from the get-go.
No way! But then why?
If you hadn't revealed her secret, he wasn't going to say anything about it. All he wanted was her testimony, so he made a little trade. Let me introduce you to the victim's younger sister, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. As I like to call her, Devil Woman! But I thought she died 5 years ago. We thought so as well, but, well, as you can see...
Why? Why did she hide her identity for 5 years?
That has nothing to do with this current case. She was merely an accidental witness to a crime.
Accidental? I don't believe that for a minute! For the last 5 years, she's been playing the role of victim. And now we find her acting suspiciously at another crime scene?
Really, Miss Faye, your strategy is clearly obvious. You're trying to pin your client's crime on an innocent witness in order to win. At any cost. How dare you! Please, let us take a moment to think. 5 years ago, this girl was kidnapped and nearly killed. But even worse than that, 5 years later, Dahlia Hawthorne left something much more precious. Her big sister. Miss Faye must be insane to even suggest that she murdered her. What?! I'm inclined to agree with the prosecutor's logic. Miss Faye, do you have any evidence to back up your assertion? What possible reason would a witness have for killing her beloved sister? Well, you see, I thought I was winning, but somehow he's turned it around on me. Ha. I think you need a little push in the right direction, kitten. The defense is prepared to present evidence supporting our claim. Well, who said it? Was it Armando or Mia? That wasn't me! It was this guy! This crazy coffee addict! I think we've heard enough empty threats from you, old man. What makes you think they're empty, boy? Because your protege looks like she's sweating bullets! I am sweating bullets! You think you're in a tough spot, huh? Of course! Aren't I? No. You just arrived at the moment of truth, that's all. Whether you win or lose, that's up to you. Up to me? The rashness of youth. How charming. This is coming from someone younger than me. Now then, let's not waste any more time, Miss Faye. What motive would this witness have for murdering her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne? Now, usually at this point I would do a cliffhanger, but go ahead and present motive. This note. At the bottom it says, talk to Dahlia, tell her this time the whole truth. So yeah. I think that's motive. The story starts after Terry Falls escaped. He called Valerie and told her what he wanted to meet. This is a note that she left. It says, talk to Dahlia, tell her it is time, the whole truth must come out. Valerie Hawthorne gave Dahlia a warning. She told her she was going to reveal to the world the whole truth. The whole truth? There was a dangerously important secret between Valerie and Dahlia. That's the reason Dahlia felt that she had to kill Valerie. To keep her mouth shut permanently. Would she do that to her own sister? A terrific story, Miss Faye. If you like fiction, that is. Enlighten the court, Miss Faye. What was the secret that was so important? Where's your evidence? Dahlia and Valerie Hawthorne, and Terry Falls. There's only one important secret that connects them all. Oh yes, I know the secret. Your Honor, the defense would like to request further testimony. What testimony? Regarding the kidnapping 5 years ago. We believe it will explain a lot of things, such as the nature of the important secret between the Hawthorne sisters. Ugh! Very well. I'll grant your request for further testimony. I know it will be painful for you, but can you enlighten us once more, my little maple leaf? Yes, I'll try, Mr. Judge. Putting on the old charm one more time, Dahlia? But this will be the last time you hide it behind your womanly wiles. Yes, you devil woman, you. I hate you. But we'll hear your testimony next time. So, as usual, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. I'll see you guys later.